Nation of Fit and 10, welcome to day 69. 2 days to go. Well, I guess really just one day because I'm doing this video here at about 4 p.m. in the afternoon. And we got 1 day to go, which is, it's kind of sad. I always kind of get sad at this point in the challenge. But it is really exciting because we get to see how well you did, and I'm super excited for that. So, this is a point where we get to see how far we've come. And this is also a point that we can regard as a starting point for a lot of you. This is just the beginning. And I can tell you that for somebody who has been going through this for a long time, well over 20 years, my journey still continues and I still continue to learn. Of course, my goals change as well. And I age, and maybe as you age, you become a bit wiser, but I'm still a student at the end of the day, and I'm still learning, and I'm realizing certain things. So for those of you who are maybe just picking up from a long time ago, or maybe you're continuing, or maybe this is really the start for you, there's so much more. So just remember that. Okay. More of your questions, so I want to get through this. I missed this question. I don't know how I missed it, but I did. And if I missed any other questions, please let me know, and I will answer your question for you. I was learning about the gut microbiome, and apparently the wider variety of fruits and vegetables you eat, the healthier your gut biome. Any more info on this? Okay, so this is really, to my knowledge, I don't know if there's anything more than this, but this is really about prebiotics, and I talked about this in one of my posts that I put in Slack there. I think it was some salmon. I think I had salmon, broccoli, some rice, and of course sauerkraut. And so in that, the prebiotic was the broccoli, and a lot of fruits and vegetables have this insoluble fiber. This soluble fiber. This soluble fiber is the prebiotic. So, and this is fuel for your gut bacteria. So this helps to flourish a healthier gut bacteria. So this is more than likely why, and this is why, you read something like this. And I can tell you that it makes a huge difference, not only for the health of your gut in and of itself, but also your enteric system, because your gut is connected to your brain. And this is supposed to play a huge part in your overall well-being, in your feelings of well-being, apparently with depression as well. So very interesting to note. Okay, more comments, questions here. Any advice on changing narratives about yourself? I have a really hard time updating ideas about myself. One example is after being overweight when I was younger, and I have this ongoing narrative that I am lazy and have a bias for inactivity. I guess part of these thoughts come from the fact that I still go through periods of less activity, but overall I've become an adult who does typically work out. What's up with this? Why does this bad narrative persist? Well, this is a good question, and maybe this is something that's deep-seated. So I can't give you a short answer here, but what I can say is, and I'm not just saying this, this person, the person who wrote this, you have written to me about what your week is like and how much time you have, and it's crazy what you go through. Like, I don't think I could handle your hours that you have to put in, especially with your somewhat recently newborn. So I'm going to tell you straight up, you're not lazy, okay? You are not lazy. And listen, all these things, lazy or any of these attributes that we think we have, we can always change too, okay? But putting that aside, why do you have this? I mean, I'll tell you right now, I think you know as well as I do that you're not even overweight, but maybe you still feel that way. And so this is really something that we just have to change in our mind. I think we have to, and I think you are aware of this, obviously, because you're writing about it. when you have these thoughts, you have to combat them with the reality. All right? And so if you feel like you've let yourself down, and I realize I'm going down a little bit of a different road here, but if you feel like, for example, that you let yourself down in some regard, maybe you didn't do something that you said you were going to do, work on trying to work through that. If you're just having these voices in your head that are telling you, you're not good enough, you're overweight, you're lazy, and the reality is you're going through your day. I mean, let's be honest with yourself. You're going through your day and you're working pretty much the entire day, and it's really hard for you to fit into class. That is not lazy. Okay, that is not lazy. That is doing more than you can possibly do, pretty much. So, I think you need to remind yourself of this. And yes, I set the standards very high in this challenge for sure. But they have to be high, because if I set them lower, we've got to set something really, really high. And as harsh as I am about things, I already read your question that's coming up here, so we'll talk about that, I guess, in a second. Let me read that next question. So let's do that. I am somewhat discouraged by the quotes, "Were you 100% compliant?" question. It can be a bit of a challenge to land within 5% of the targets, especially with fat. For 45 grams of fat, it has to be within 2.5 grams. There's no follow-up for this question if you weren't 100% compliant. It feels like a bit of a downer. Okay, so yeah, I mean, the standard is set high, and certainly I'm not suggesting that if you're not within that 100% compliancy, that you're wasting your time, or you're not worthy. But I want you to get those numbers as close as possible. Okay, and perhaps the wording could be changed, and so I might just actually very well do that. I was also sick again for the last half of this week and weekend. Not sure why my immune system is failing me right now. This is the 4th time I've been sick since the beginning of the challenge. Yeah, I don't know what's going on there, but I will tell you that this year people are more sick than ever, and I don't know why it is. I don't know what's going on. People are more sick than ever. So it's not just you. I know that doesn't really help you. I will tell you, though, that you can take some immune boosting supplements that will make a difference. Obviously, getting lots of fruits and vegetables. By the way, your gut microbiome is very supportive to your immune system. Okay, it's hugely supportive. So lots of fruits and vegetables are going to help with your gut microbiome, or think of it as lots of soluble fiber. I don't want to try to sell you any supplements, but I do carry some, so I'll let you know of those right now. Glutamine is a big, big booster for your immune system. The Daily Defense, which is part of the ATP Lab immunity line, the Daily Defense supplement that I have is supposed to be very good for your immune system. I take it daily. Also, zinc and vitamin C, both of those I carry. Again, really, really important for your immune system. So, maybe something that you want to consider. All right, let's get to the message of the day. Oh, by the way, did I mention that I sent out your exit strategy? And I still got to talk about that. So I'm going to have to do that tomorrow on our final day. So I'll run through that, but you're going to have it's very, very precise. So when you read it, you should have an understanding of what is expected depending on where you land in the challenge. I shouldn't say what's expected. I mean, it's up to you if you want to do it or not. But if you have any questions about it, please just let me know. I will talk about a little bit tomorrow. And also, I'll go through this during the finale as well. And if you want to sit down with me anytime, I'm more than happy to do that. So, all right, message of the day. I want you to, and this specifically goes to this person, I want you to remind yourself of the following. I am amazing. I can do anything. Positivity is a choice. I celebrate my individuality, and I am prepared to succeed. And one thing I want to say here is just individuality. We are all different. We are all wired differently. And so it's really hard to expect the same thing out of each and every one of us. And it's also really, really, I'm going to say it's just wrong for us to compare ourselves to others, because ultimately we're individuals, and we all have something or many things that are unique to us. So it's really, really futile to try to compare yourself to other people. You are who you are. You come with your strengths, and you come with your flaws, and this is just the way it is. But it doesn't mean we can't work on making things better. That all being said, make sure that you remind yourself that you are amazing, that you can do anything, that positivity is a choice, that you as an individual, that in and of itself is a special thing. You don't want to be like other people. Okay, you want to be who you are. And you are prepared to succeed. Positive energy, positive vibes, believe in yourself, for love of God, give some gratitude. And I'll talk to you all tomorrow. See you guys.